In many cultures, death is the final mystery. But within the walls of the Catholic Church, the last rites offer a sacred passage, a ritual meant to bring comfort and peace to the dying. Yet beyond the solemn prayers and holy oil, there are stories where the last rites become more than a ritual. They become a battle against unseen darkness. Tonight, we journey into the chilling true stories behind the last rites, moments where faith confronts evil, where hope meets horror, and where the boundaries of the spiritual world blur with our own. Before we dive into these chilling tales, let's understand the tradition itself. The last rites, also known as the anointing of the sick or extreme unction, has been part of Catholic practice for centuries. The rite includes prayers, anointing with holy oil, confession, and the Eucharist, all intended to prepare a soul for its journey beyond this world. This sacrament is not only a comfort for the dying, but is believed to impart spiritual healing and forgiveness, offering the grace to face death with peace. Yet in certain extraordinary circumstances, last rites have been invoked as a shield, a spiritual weapon, against forces far darker than death itself. In 1974, Jack and Janet Smurl moved with their 4 daughters into a modest home. It was a duplex, with Jack's elderly parents living on one side. The house was supposed to be a fresh start after flooding damaged their previous home. But from the very beginning, things fell off. The family first noticed small disturbances. Appliances would burst into flames despite being unplugged. Loud, unexplained thumping and dragging noises through the walls. Putrid smells, like rotting flesh or sulfur, would fill rooms without cause. Their dogs would bark at empty corners of the house. Over time, things escalated. Dark shadows began to appear. Objects would levitate or fly across rooms. Jack reported being physically attacked, slapped, scratched, even sexually assaulted by a dark entity. Janet reported being levitated off her bed and once dragged across the room. By 1986, desperate for help, the Smurls contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, famous for their work in paranormal investigations, and now immortalized in the Conjuring franchise. Lorraine, a clairvoyant, immediately sensed a malevolent, non-human presence and believed the house was infested by a powerful demon, not just a lost spirit or poltergeist, according to Ed Warren. He said this was one of the worst cases we ever encountered. It wasn't just a haunting, it was a deliberate attack on faith and family. The Warrens attempted blessings and prayers on the house, which would temporarily quiet the activity, but it always returned. Ed claimed that multiple exorcisms were requested, but the Catholic Church was slow to act, cautious about validating the case. Eventually, a Catholic priest did perform a series of rites, including the rite of exorcism and the anointing of the sick, last rites, not just for the afflicted individuals, but to spiritually cleanse the home. According to some accounts, the last rites were invoked as a form of protection, not because someone was dying, but because the family was spiritually under siege. The Smurls claimed the activity persisted for years, despite the rites and exorcisms. Eventually, in the late 1980s, the family moved to a new home, and the disturbances reportedly stopped. Some skeptics argue the events were due to psychological stress or sleep disorders, but the Smurls maintained their claims for the rest of their lives. The case was documented in a 1986 book, The Haunted by Ed and Lorraine Warren with Robert Curran. In 1991, it was adapted into a TV movie of the same name. Now, in 2025, the story has resurfaced through The Conjuring, The Last Rites, which fictionalizes and intensifies the haunting. On our next video, we will deep dive to each experience that each of the Smurl family member has documented based on real events and interviews. Give us a like and subscribe so you get notification as we follow this chilling story of the Smurl family.